Today's postcard is from Percy B. Shelley's cottage in Lynmouth in the county of Devon. Hugo, if someone wanted to describe a romantic cottage the poet would come to and write, then surely this would be the kind of place that a poet would come to. And a poet did come here, didn't he?
Yes, he did. In fact, he's quite a well-known poet called Percy B. Shelley, and he came here with his 16-year-old bride in 1812. And I don't think he could have found a more beautiful spot to spend his honeymoon.
No, absolutely not. I mean, the view from here is absolutely stunning of the village of Lynmouth.
Oh, it's fabulous. Yes, it's about 50 to 60 feet up, and no one really knows you're here. So for honeymooners, you know, it's perfect.
No, it's very small, it's very twee. Just take us around the cottage and tell us all about it.
Well, outside we've got a very lovely garden, and then in here you've got the sitting room. And over here, this is a painting I bought at Sotheby's, funnily enough. It came up on a sale in Billingshurst.
It's really beautiful, the colours.
Yes.
So it's a bit like the lavender out there in the front garden.
Well,
Beautiful,
it is,
rich
yes.
colour, isn't it? These different colours.
Well, it's done by a German artist called Hermann in 1888, and it shows the journey, or the little path down from Shelley's cottage, and then you just go down the hill, and this is all the rest of the hotel. And I love the pussycats.
Yes, and you've got here ladies and donkeys. Looks like fishwives there. Would it be fishwives?
Oh, it could be, yes, because the main industry here was the herring industry. And they used to bring the herrings in here. And all these cottages were originally called red herring cottages. So you can imagine lots of yarns were told.
Red herring? Why do they call them that? Was there such thing as a red herring then?
Yes, there were. Yes, they were known as red herrings.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was just something, a red herring to lead someone off the scent. But they really were.
They really were, yes. Absolutely true.
So when would this have been built approximately?
This was built about 615 to 1600. But parts of the original hotel date back to 1350. That's sort of down in the middle there.
Down in the centre.
And what they used to, going back to your herrings, they used to bring the herrings in and smoke them and cure them. And in fact, there is a sort of smoking oven in the kitchen here.
Here in the cottage?
Actually in the cottage itself.
Really?
Yes.
So would these have been built for ordinary fisherfolk?
Yes, yes. They were all fishermen's cottages, and that's all they did here. And the only way down here was this hill. Called Mars Hill, which comes from the French La Mer, not Mars bars, but Mars. And this was the only access to civilization apart from the sea.
So why would Shelley have come and stayed here, for instance? Was it already upwardly mobile, these cottages?
Well, Lynmouth was discovered at the time of the Napoleonic Wars by sort of the wealthy families like the Coots, bankers, people like that, because they couldn't go down to Italy for their summer holidays, which they used to take for about 6 months, well, 3 months of the year rather. And so, as they couldn't get across France, because Napoleon didn't want to see them, they had to find a beautiful place in England, and Lynmouth was actually discovered. And it really started taking off at about, I suppose, about 1780 or something like that.
So it's only a young resort?
It's, well, only quite a young resort, yes.
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 And before that it was just a small hamlet for fishermen?
This was all there was.
That was
this
it?
row of cottages, this was the whole hamlet of Lynmouth.
That was Lynmouth?
That was Lynmouth.
Goodness me, so it was absolutely tiny then?
Yes, it was a tiny little place.
And is there anything Shelleyan still left in this cottage?
Not really, no.
No.
No. In the bar of the hotel, I've actually got a copy of something he wrote. And,
well, I think you could well be the spirit of Shelley, because you look very, very romantic.
Oh, well, that's nice of you to say.
Well, I think it's perfect. I think you must have a little bit of his vibration in you.
Well, I can tell you something, that some guests who stayed here say that there could be a ghost here. And there was one lady who was on honeymoon here, and someone in the middle of the night smacked her bottom.